Hello. Um, Thought I'd come on and let me see if I sit over here. You won't get the. That's not any better. I'll just keep changing positions. I don't glare from the sun off my glasses. Okay, so update time. Oh, well, that's not any better either. Okay, so update time. Um, where do I start? Okay, I think when I last left you, I was on my way. Hold on, I'm just being very quiet because both kids are napping right now, and nap time is like gold. I'm leaving to go to my friend's house. Her brother had taken his life the day before, so I went over and spent the day with her. But got all the details. There's never a good story behind it. But anyway, while I was there, my GP goes to church. Well, goes to church at the church I used to be going to, and my friend still goes to this church. And so my GP and her husband, she's a doctor, internist. He's a cardiologist. They're in their early to mid 40s. I'd say they're probably 43, 44. My friend gets a text from her husband, who is a deacon at that church, and says that he's leaving work and is on his way to the emergency room because I'm not going to use names, but my GP's husband was being rushed to the hospital having a stroke. You couldn't be a more fit person than this young man. He's fit, he's a cardiologist, and he's young. Had a stroke. Praise God, because he was with his wife at the time when it started, and they knew exactly what to do, and they went right to and they were able to administer the blood thinners in time to stop it, and so it didn't progress. So he's already home. He's okay. There was no residual effects from it. But talk about things just piling up. So I think I mentioned in my last vlog about my brother. So we're concerned about him. Now my sister's got a mass that they found, and she's seeing a GI tomorrow. Because it's not in the stomach. They don't believe it's in the stomach from the films, but there's something, and they think that's what's causing all this pain. And I'm not going to go into all these details. All I know is that we're very worried about her. Yesterday, my brother fell. Mind you, he has one leg. He has a prosthetic, but he fell, ended up in the ER again. He had just gotten out of the ER on Thursday. He was back in the ER yesterday. Today is Tuesday. Back in the ER on Monday. That's my dog drinking water, if you hear that in the background. He had fell pretty badly, and they feared that he had broken his hip or his pelvis or something. Praise God, nothing was broken. But I was like, honestly, can we have one day, just one day of no drama? It is constant. And I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Who would have thought that I would do fine through all this? Not me. My weekend was packed. Went out to lunch with my stepmother and two of my oldest granddaughters. There's the dog opening a door. My two older grandkids, and then I took my oldest grandson home with me, and we had a date day. We hadn't done that in a long time. We had an unusually nice day that day, so we cleaned out my front garden, paid him a couple $, played catch forever because it was a Velcro kind of mitt thing, so I could catch the ball in a minute. But I'm running and jumping and bending and scooping and thinking, I couldn't have done this a year ago. And even while we were cleaning out the garden, the bending and up and down, every now and then I'd literally say, okay, hold on, I'm getting dizzy. And I'd get the dizziness and the off, but it would pass and I would just move on. And when I was playing catch and we took the dogs for a mile walk, and then we went to the store with the money I gave him so he could buy himself a little toy. And they're called zip blades or blade something, and I don't know. So we went in the backyard out on the patio, and we had blade wars on the ground. I'm sitting on the ground. I mean, we just played with him the entire day. Took him to church with me Saturday night. Fine. I was fine. I mean, I have these waves of not fine, but it's so much less than the I'm going to have a stroke, I'm going to pass out, I want to die feeling I have had for years. I cannot stress this enough to you. It is so much better. And you do know that I did increase my LDN, and as probably in the today's Tuesday, probably Thursday, Friday, I'll be increasing it again to 2.5. Then I will stay at right now I'm at 2.25. I'll stay at 2.5 for 3 months, and then I will increase to 3, and I will keep increasing until I get to 4.5, unless I don't need to. Sunday, packed day. That's really why I came on. Went to I don't know what you would describe it, but it was a fair. It was out at the state fairgrounds, held in the horticultural building. Hundreds and hundreds of vendors came, all natural stuff, naturalistic stuff, supplements and vitamins and tinctures and cannabis. But I really went. My daughter and my son-in-law, my younger daughter and son-in-law, came and picked me up in the morning. We went together, the three of us. I went because they were having a seminar on Lyme disease, and Stephen Bach was one of the speakers. Believe it or not, I just was talking about him. And Bob Geer from IGeneX, who I've spoke to on the phone 3 different times. So it was nice to get to meet him in person. And then there was 2 other women. One was a microbiologist whose daughter had Lyme, and another woman who was an investigative reporter and now is doing all sorts of exposés and work on Lyme. Anyway, it was an hour and a half. It was almost 2-hour seminar, and not one thing was said that was new. Not one. I was very disappointed. Nothing was said that was like, oh, nope. Other than the increase in my area, in central New York, in my county, it has quadrupled in the last 4 or 5 years. That was a new thing, to see how bad it is in this area now. In Connecticut, it's pandemic in Connecticut, but in my area, it's just been growing and growing and growing every year. So it's pretty bad in my area now. But treatment, testing, all of it, nothing. I didn't learn a thing. I had wanted to ask a question, and I didn't get around to asking it because other people were asking questions. If Stephen Bach had used LDN, and what his relationship to LDN is, and what is his experience with his patients. He never spoke of LDN. He spoke mostly about antibiotics, which I don't care for. So that was kind of disappointing, but was there the entire day when my daughter and brother-in-law, son-in-law, can't talk right, and then got home just enough time to have dinner, and then right back out the door to Grief Share. I mean, literally, I am going all day long, constantly now. There is no sitting around on the couch, especially this week, again, babysat my grandkids yesterday. Have them all day today. I will have them all week. For instance, while my 4-year-old grandson Preston was in pre-K, I have Wesley for a couple hours before we have to go pick Preston up, and took him to the store and went shopping a couple places, then went and picked up Preston, then took them. It was a 15-20 minute drive. I didn't realize how far away. There's McDonald's at every street corner, but a McDonald's play house or play place was far away, and I will never do that again. So after picking up Preston, we drove all the way to this McDonald's play place, bought them lunch, ate McDonald's. I ate a salad, let them play, but by then Wesley needs his nap, and he was getting naughty. I said, oh, for the love of God, I promise you, I'm going to spank you. I've never spanked my grandkids, but I was about ready to spank him because he was being so naughty. He wouldn't obey me. Got them home. They're both taking a nap now. They didn't get down for their nap until after 1:30, and usually they're in by 12:30, 1 o'clock, so they got down late, but I'm loving nap time, loving it. But last night, so after the kids left yesterday, they leave 3:30, 4 o'clock, I think it was, by the time their father got here to pick them up. I got up on my bed to read a book and just relax. And my stepmother called and asked if I wanted to go with her to my old church, because that's where she still goes. She still goes to my old church. It's Calvary Chapel. They're national. To see a movie. And she didn't know much about it. I was like, is it for entertainment? Or is it we're going to have a discussion afterwards? Because I just went to Grief Share last night, and I'm not up for discussion. I'll go and watch a movie. But even that little thing is something I would not have even done over a year ago. Would not have gone. But I went, and I put it up on Facebook. I think it's called The Bema, or Bema, B-E-M-A. The Bema Seat, if any of you who are saved and know the Bible, you know what that is. It was quite a moving. And you can get it up on YouTube. I cried. I sang right along with the worship at the end when they are reenacting worship they might be like when we're face to face with Christ. It was very well done. It was like in a play form, but again, something I would not have been able to do. I did. And now I'm just sharing this with you, not to boast, not completely, but to say, again, for me, it's LDN. Somebody on Facebook, on the MDDS board, asked that she was just given LDN for MDDS and had not met anyone else. And so I chimed in and said, I'm on it. I wasn't put on it for that. And she said, has it helped with your off balance, the dizzy, the trance? I said, yes. Well, what? And I said, well, I was an 8 to 10. Daily, I was between an 8 and 10. Daily, every day, all day. I am now a 0 to 2. And she said, oh my God, that gives me such hope. My sleep 2 nights ago was really bad again. I still have nights that it's like, but I'm not waking up shocking. I'm just, I was dizzy 2 nights ago, or at least I felt the sensation of being dizzy, if that makes any sense. I took some melatonin and did end up sleeping, a lot of tossing and turning, but that's been going on forever for me. It's not new. So I wouldn't say my sleep is a whole lot better. Like some people get really good sleep on LDN. That's not been the case for me. Darn. Excuse me. So I babysit the rest of the week. My daughter interviewed for a new nanny yesterday, and she called me and said, I wish you would come for the interview because we love her and we think we're going to hire her. So, once they get a new nanny, I'm going to have to find something to do with myself because I can't sit on the couch at all anymore. I cannot be not doing something. That's how much better I am. A friend of mine had said, remember when somebody else seemed to be doing better and you were actually feeling jealous? She goes, I'm happy for you, but I feel jealous. And I said, I totally understand it. It's like, how come not me? Why you? Well, I don't have an answer to that. I still ache. I still have a lot of my symptoms, but they're nowhere even close to the way they were even a year ago. And especially not 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was walking around the house begging God to take me home. I mean, on a daily basis, crying constantly. I cried and begged and yelled and threatened God like I had a lot of nerve. Just was miserable. So, LDN is all I can say. That and the Lord Jesus Christ has been really blessing me. I'm almost thinking that I'm at the point that I may be able to start going to church on Sunday mornings because I'm up babysitting in the morning now. I'm up. I was up and showered and dressed by 8:30 this morning. Church is at 9:30 or 11 o'clock. They have 2 services. 9 and 11. Yeah, 9 and 11. So we'll see. I said, I'll probably go to church with my older daughter and her family, with the grandkids on Easter Sunday and see how I do. I found a great compounding pharmacy that is in Massachusetts that is charging me less than half for a month's supply than what I've been paying locally. So I'm excited by that. And like I said, it should get here. My new prescription from them should get here tomorrow. And so Thursday, Friday, I will be increasing it. What else? I don't know what else is new. But waiting on my sister to find out what's happening with her. That has me concerned. Clearly, obviously. So that's my update, guys. I've been very busy every single day. Go, 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 go. And I feel really bad because I see some of you, or know that some of you are laying in bed 90% of the day, or in a chair 90% of the day, or whatever, just not leaving the house, not able to do anything. And I know I was there. Oh boy, was I there. And my heart cries for you. And I will probably say this, I'm going to say this every single vlog I make. Get on LDN. Whatever you have to do, get on LDN. Whatever you have to do, get on LDN and try it. That is my opinion. I'm just stating that I think everyone should try it. You know how they're pushing CBD and pushing it and pushing it, and it's, being legalized all over the place and everything. Well, I am the new poster woman, spokeswoman for LDN. I think everyone who is chronically ill should at least try it if they can afford it, and get somebody to prescribe it. I can't say enough about it for myself. I have such high expectations for what it could possibly, so it's gotten me here. Where am I going with it? It's like, and I told you about the job opportunity. My golly, me working? I never saw myself working in a supervisory position with my head. They were asking, so the brain fog, this person who was given it to for the MDDS, because you get extreme brain fog with MDDS. And I said, yeah, even that has gotten, I'd say 75-80% better, and maybe even more on some days. Today's been a very clear day. Today has been almost normal. As normal as it can be for me. So, okay. Won't keep going on and on. I'm preaching the LDN. If you get a chance, try to watch that YouTube Bema. I don't know if it's the Bema, whatever. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you'll see I put it up on Facebook too. It's a 2-hour film. Try to take some time out and watch it. Let me know. Love to hear from all you guys. Leave a comment below if you'd like. And God willing, I may or may not do this again. Bye-bye.